living your best, prepare for the worst. Cali go make a me know it's a must. Then I succeed, they know I'm a boss. Win on my mind and me team not the loss. 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 Yo, it's your boy, Big Boy Biggs. We are here doing another episode today. I'm sitting with Frankie Fresh.
Yes,
Mr
sir.
Jollof Junction.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you introduce yourself to the people and what you do.
Well, my name is Frank, and I'm the founder, actually one of the founders and owners of Jollof Junction.
Yeah.
And we've got another owner who she's not here. She does all the work behind
the scenes. So you're the media guy,
Yeah,
right?
I'm the media guy, and that's Miss Sonia. And shout out to you, Miss Sonia. Thanks for making everything happening.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, I'm glad to be here today on this podcast.
That's my man right there. So I'm sitting here with some food around me right now because I had a jollof, but it's a bit spicy. But I don't want to get too sweaty for the purpose of this video. But the food tastes fucking amazing, right?
Yes, sir.
So what's the magic? What's the magic behind the food?
I think it's just the concept of the name.
Yeah.
Jollof Junction. Because for years, everyone has this thing about whereby they'll say, I prefer Nigerian jollof.
I don't want to get into that,
or
man.
Ghanaian jollof or Nigerian jollof. So we came up with the concept and say, you know what, how about we take ingredients from these three countries,
Yeah.
and get a unique blend.
Perfect.
So with that being said, we came up and said, okay, you know what, after sampling different recipes and all these things, we got the perfect recipe, and we went, you know what? What are we gonna name it?
Yeah.
And we go, you know what? Since we've taken from Nigeria, or taken from Ghana, or taken from Sierra Leone,
Yeah.
and everyone has now come to the center.
Yeah.
How about we call it Jollof Junction?
So this is where all the jollof come to battle.
This is where all the
This
jollof
is jollof
meet.
battleground.
That's the battleground. That's where they meet. That's the junction right there.
That's a beautiful concept behind the name. So you fixed the recipe first and then came up with a name
And
to
then
match.
came up with a name to match with it, yeah.
Yeah, that makes perfect
basically,
sense.
yeah.
So I'm guessing you've been to Ghana as well, like the home of the Ghanaian jollof. You've been to Nigeria.
Look, I've been to Nigeria, but I've been around Ghanaians so much that I've eaten a lot of their delicacies,
Yeah.
And shout out to all my Ghanaians. They make good meals,
Yeah.
But same with Sierra Leone and Nigeria. They all have, individually, everyone's good.
Yeah.
But coming with this blend, that's what makes us unique.
That's what makes you special.
That's what makes me special.
And that's why everybody needs to pull up and have this jollof so they can make their own judgment.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
Because I've been a big fan of your cooking for a very long time. I was there when everything started. Now,
Thank you.
Let's take this back further, right?
Yeah.
So you were very, very big in the space of doing MC, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm still thinking you still do that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So what's the transition like going from being a public figure, doing all this MC gig, and now rolling it back and being a business owner and then starting your own thing?
Well, way back, Big Gibbs, it was a thing whereby I've always been known as the guy who's on stage, the MC.
The MC Frank. Frankie
like
Fresh.
when it comes to doing that in Australia, I refer to myself as the GOAT, But then every event I would go to, like it's either the jollof will be either too spicy or too sour or too muddy, or it was
different blends of jollof, and
everyone was just cooking what they wanted to cook,
and it was creating a
it
business
was
plan
too
in your head.
smoky and all that, So I said one day to myself and my business partner Sonia, I said, you know what? How about we start looking into this?
Yeah, so that's where the concept started.
Yeah.
Because you had all this bad food.
Yeah, it was a result of all this bad food, and I was always a big critic of food,
Yeah.
And sometimes you get the jollof or the chicken, and the chicken is super dry, That's why with our chicken we don't fry them.
Yeah.
It's a secret, but we don't fry them.
All right.
That's why it's never dry. It's always moist and it's always well marinated.
I can tell.
But yeah, I'm always a big critic of whatever people cook. I'm like, bro, man, if I could do this, I would do it that way.
Yeah. So that's where the dream and the fire started.
Exactly.
And then you just go expand on it, and then you become a food connoisseur, going to all these different places, trying all these different food to try and understand how it's made.
That's it.
What makes it special.
Yeah.
what you might need from X to bring into your own recipe to create this amazing jollof that
And
we're having
also
today.
it takes a lot of research, man. It takes a lot of research because let's say you go to YouTube now, you type in how do I cook jollof.
Yeah.
You see like 50 videos, man.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone has their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
So by the time you go through all those videos, sometimes you can't even remember the first video you watched, you know, because everyone's done so much that it's messing up with your taste buds or messing up with your sense of memory or reasoning that you can't even go back to think of what did I just watch, you know?
Yeah. So you watch all these videos, you're putting a lot of work to perfect what we have here right now.
Yeah.
Right. So and then you started this as you start as a full-time business or you started as a part-time basis?
Look, like I said, it's doing Jollof Junction is not based on a sense of need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a passion.
It's a passion.
Which is why it's great.
Yeah. Even if I was not to do Jollof Junction, I'm still good.
Yeah.
You know.
You will still eat at home. I'll come to your house anyway. And get some
Exactly.
food.
You know, so it's as a passion, it's a drive.
Yeah.
You know, it's not out of being desperate or you know. So I came up with this concept whereby we say, you know what, we're gonna go outdoors.
Yeah.
Because Sydney has a lot of restaurants, man.
Yeah.
Has a lot of indoor restaurants whereby you go, you sit in there, you have to eat and all that.
And
fine
you get up
dining.
to kick you out.
You know, yeah. So I saw how all these other nationalities were doing outdoors, car parks, petrol stations, you know. And I'm like, there's not an African food truck right here that is going out there.
On wheels.
On wheels, you know.
Yeah.
How about we do that concept?
Put it on wheels and then
Put it on wheels and start running around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where the drive is from, you know. Like we're gonna make it happen. Yeah.
So basically, you pretty much saying if you think it's too far for you to go to Blacktown to get a jollof, how about I bring jollof to you, closer to you?
Well, basically that's the point. And very soon the goal for 2025 is to make it happen for everyone, bringing jollof to your doorstep.
So which means I'm guessing the only way you can do that is via DoorDash or Uber Eats, which is the next growth phase.
So basically, in a couple of weeks, we'll be rolling out on Uber Eats, DoorDash, and all these things. So whereby you don't need to leave your house. You know what I mean?
Man,
like
that's beautiful,
you just pre-order your meals, and then Jollof Junction comes straight to your doorstep.
It's funny how you say that because the other day we wanted to eat like African food, right?
Yep.
And then I was thinking, okay, I'm a bit too tired to go out there to get it.
Yeah.
But if I can order it on Uber, I can have that food anytime I want without having to move out of my home to go look for jollof. You doing this probably, I'm gonna go on the limb and say it might be the first in Sydney to actually have African food on Uber.
Absolutely.
And because we are very starved of African food. Because sometimes you pull up at some restaurant is that you go there, you want to have fish, but they don't have fish.
Yeah.
But when it's on Uber, you know exactly what is available.
Yeah.
You don't have to guess what is available. So that way you go and check, okay, this is available. You get it done right in front of your house. They are Africa jollof or whatever food it is that's coming to your plate. So what other food do you do on a consistent? So what are your main staple at Jollof Junction?
Well, as you know, you can't have Jollof Junction without jollof. You know, jollof has to be there. You know, and we do our grilled fish, we do the marinated wings.
Yeah.
We do plantain. We do suya, whereby suya is basically chopped up meats, marinated meals, grilled. You know, it's either done with either goat or lamb.
Yeah.
You know, but it's in Sierra Leone. It's called kankanka.
Yeah.
You know, and so we do that. We also do egusi. Egusi is very popular for both Nigeria and Sierra Leone.
Yeah, it's
you know, and we do that. We also do we do beans, we do okra, we do potato leaves, we do cassava leaves.
Yeah, my
so
favorite.
it's basically we do predominantly because another thing with Jollof Junction is that most African restaurants have emulated dishes from either Nigeria or Ghana.
Yeah.
So there's
100%.
no restaurant here, or no, there was not many African restaurants that would say emulated Sierra Leonean dishes.
Yeah, it's very hard to find.
It's very hard to find an African restaurant that say, "I'll get you cassava leaves or potato leaves whenever you need it."
Yeah, that's that. It's funny how you say that because I was in Melbourne for work.
Yeah.
And then I went to this I think it was an Ethiopian restaurant.
Yeah.
Like they have Nigerian, like on the menu they have their own dishes, and then they have the Nigerian section, and they have the Ghanaian section, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing from Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
And if we talk about numbers, we probably are in the top 5 when it comes to population in Australia from Sierra Leone.
Look, to be honest with you, if I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, yeah. If you're talking about Africans who patronize young businesses, yeah.
Yeah.
In as much as Sierra Leone
Number-wise, we're big.
number-wise were big, I would
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm gonna say it, bro. You know how I say things. I say it as it is, man. But and it doesn't need to be edited out.
Keep it there, man.
Because I want our culture to change. I want our people to change.
Well, that's the reason why we have this platform.
Bro, I can count how many Sierra Leone restaurants we have in Sydney. We have got heaps.
Yeah.
We've even got Sierra Leone caterers in Sydney.
That caters for events.
That caters for events and they cater for for people private functions and all that.
Yeah.
But how many of us Sierra Leoneans who support these businesses?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Not many.
No, that's for sure. But just to add, I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna let you berate everything you want to do, man. I'm not gonna let you hold back. But one thing I want to say is that with Sierra Leone businesses, I can put my hand up and say some of the reason why I don't go to some place because it's the lack of consistency.
Absolutely.
But now you've been doing this for how long? You've been doing this now?
For about a year now.
So you've been very consistent for a year now.
Yes.
So my point is, sometimes you really want to support those businesses, but they are not there. Some days you go, they're closed.
Yeah.
Like what I'm talking about. The restaurant, when you pull up, I'm like, oh man, not today.
But
so I stop.
the thing is, Biggs, is that what you got to understand is also that in terms of running the business here, I've never had issues with other Africans when it comes to pricing.
Oh.
It always has to be my people who come about, why is your jollof rice $35? Why can't I have it for 25?
Yeah, but when you go to a restaurant, you don't even care.
So in terms of culture-wise, I can understand why you see other restaurants don't have Sierra Leone menus on it.
Yeah.
Because
they don't attract those people.
We don't attract for. And what about the marketing? How well do we market our own foods? I see a lot of Sierra Leoneans trying to cook like Nigerians.
Yeah, obviously we're losing our culture.
Sierra Leoneans trying to cook like Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Why can't we cook our staple foods?
Yeah, but it's funny how you say that because Zach was here a few weeks back. We were talking about we don't have anything unique to us Sierra Leoneans.
Oh no.
Why do we have to be somebody else?
Yeah.
Because we talked about music. I'm taking this off track a little bit, but we talk about music. So Emerson goes and does a song with Davido, the biggest artist you would say when it comes to music, right? But this man trying to be Nigerian, but he doesn't know how to be. So he got lost in the song.
Of course.
And the song went nowhere. So what you're trying to say really is that we need to be original to us. And we need to create a signature that attract people. And we need to be original.
Yeah.
Because Nigerian, you know how many people do you have in Nigeria? The population is just...
Man, I could even tell you, because there's another Sierra Leone-owned business in Sydney,
Yeah.
I could mention their name because they're my boys, and we work together and we do things. We're cool, I could give you an example right now, There's an African business in Guildford called Sky Lounge, Yeah. So they're a shisha-based company and it's a bar and all that, Yeah. I can tell you, the people who've patronized that business the biggest way are Kenyans.
Yeah. They're very, they
Leoneans would not patronize them. Not because they've done anything wrong, but they have a feeling whereby, why should I support them? Am I going to be the one to make them rich?
But you're going to make somebody else rich. The money's leaving the community anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel like our community has struggled with. It's a sense, it's for me, it's been weak, And another thing, I think another challenge that we face here is that we've got lack of creative mindset.
Yeah, the creativity is missing.
It's missing,
it's not even
whereby once we see one person
doing one thing,
give it 12 months, there's going to be 10 people within the same proximity doing the exact same business.
But why can't we just collaborate and they just be together so that way we have the same? Because say, for example, me and you are friends, right?
Yeah.
I know Praise very, very well.
Yeah.
I know the boys that run Skyline very well.
Yeah.
We're all friends.
Yeah.
And then you have Saidu who's doing a restaurant as well.
Of course.
So now you're putting me in a conflicting situation where I got to pick, right?
Absolutely.
So if we all get together and say, okay, this man is making jollof rice, this is his menu, I can do something else. And because I went to Sky Lounge to see they're selling the Sahara juice there, you put it, so you have different businesses. So you can link into and then create that one place where everybody can get anything that they want. But we have a divide right now. Because if this person have a restaurant, this person have a restaurant, that person have a restaurant, okay, you know what? I like Frank, I'll come to Frank today. I'll go to that person the next day. I'll go to that person the next day. So we're splitting our own business, our own community apart. And then if you don't go to this person, if you drove past and then you saw me, say, someplace else that's selling food, right?
Yeah.
You're going to look at me in a different way, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because you're like, this is my guy.
Yeah, true.
So how do we fix that? How do we get together? Okay, there's nothing wrong with supporting every other business, but we have too many of the same business.
I don't think that is ever gonna be fixed, or that should be fixed, because it's called choices.
But you put him in a conflicting situation
Yeah.
because I know you as a friend. I want to support my friend.
I'm coming. Like I said, there has to be choices whereby maybe I'm doing one meal which is in a better way than the other guy.
Yes,
Maybe the other guy is doing another meal better than me.
that's correct.
Okay, and it's just like, okay, let me put this as an example. You're not gonna tell me you eat from the same McDonald's every day.
No way.
You can choose that today I want to eat from KFC.
Yeah,
You know, but also we don't have to put feelings attached to these things.
to the food. Yeah,
You know,
the quality is what you pay for.
whereby that's why I looked at my side of business and say, you know what, I'd rather have it on wheels.
Yeah,
Whereby I'm not targeting the customers that are going to the other guy, but I want to bring the whole concept of my business is taking my culture to people who've never heard about my culture.
yeah,
So that's why I target more of events
yeah,
and stuff like that. And whereby I'm not going to be moving my truck every day.
yeah.
Maybe once a fortnight, once a month, I'm okay with that.
And you have control over
I
the
have
quality
control
of the
over
food.
quality of the food. I don't have to do mass production every day.
Yeah.
That I'm rushing to catch
You
up with customer demands.
and you compromise the value.
You compromise the value, the taste, everything.
Yeah.
You know, so I have control over it, whereby if I feel like, you know what, I need time away from the business, I need to step away from it for a month or two, I'm still good.
Yeah, but you don't. So, but the thing is, you pride yourself in quality over quantity because
Exactly.
the thing that makes me personally don't really go to a lot of places is the quality and the service. Because we've been here for quite a very long time now.
Yep.
Service is something you don't just get it. It's part of the expectation of what people should offer. I come to your place, me and you will sit down, we'll talk about random things. But when it comes to business, we'll do business the right way, how it should be done. Right? Bang, bang, we're done. No questioning your pricing, no questioning your method. This is what you do. This is your business. This is how you run it. I come there, I support you, I get out. We talk random things, we get out of it, right?
Yeah.
But the things that other places do is that you go there for business. Even though you're friends, they tend to be a little bit different towards you because they're at place of work. Okay, I understand that.
Yeah.
But we can still have a little 1 minute conversation. How has the family, how's everything going, rather than just business. So sometimes you get taken back.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to support you, but you're still my friend.
Yeah.
So you are very good at doing that.
Yeah.
You offer the service and the food have quality.
Thank you.
So that's respect to you, man, because people come to you on a regular, consistent basis, not just for the food, but sometimes just the banter you have.
Yeah.
You know? But some other places don't do that. They don't make you feel welcome.
Look, the thing about that is that I've realized that a lot of Africans, everyone thinks because I'm the owner of the business, I've got to be the face of the business.
Doesn't work like that.
You know, half the time, the cooking of Jollof Junction, I don't even do it.
Yeah.
I would tell the person cooking that
You have the vision.
this is the taste I'm after.
Yeah.
And she will do it. If she doesn't get it right, we're doing it again
Yeah.
until we get it right.
That's it.
Doesn't mean I have to be the one doing it.
That's right.
I'm good with talking to people. I can talk for hours.
Yeah. That's why
with
you're
people.
MC.
Yeah. And so whereby when people walk in, I'm going to, like, I'll give you an example. There was one day I was at an event and something wasn't working well on the truck.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get electricity. But then I had people in queue waiting for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And no one was upset because reason why, I just kept talking with them.
Yeah.
I was talking with them and giving them a good atmosphere,
Good vibe, good
and all
atmosphere,
that,
and then you
know.
create that
Yeah,
connect.
until we were ready to serve.
Yeah.
But a lot of time, people might not be able to do that. They might just tell you, we're not ready yet.
Yeah. And that's it.
And then that's it. They just leave you hanging. And what's going to happen? It's at an event whereby there are maybe 15 other African food vendors. They're not going to wait for you. They will leave.
No way.
You know, so I think sometimes people got to be able to identify what their strengths are.
Yeah.
So if your strength is dealing with people, get someone who can cook.
Yeah.
If your strength is with cooking, be happy to take the back seat.
Yeah.
Find someone who is good with mediating.
Yeah.
It's just like now we out here at the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one knows what goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, nobody sees who's behind it.
Yeah, but there is a guy who is happy just to be at the back.
Yeah.
Just say, you know what, that's where I belong.
Yeah, that's division of labor.
Division of labor, you know.
Yeah.
Know where your strengths are. Know where your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times that's what I feel affects African businesses.
Yeah.
One guy wants to do everything. He wants to be the face of the business. He wants to market the business. He wants to be the cook. He wants to be whatever sort of business
He wants to be the cashier.
He wants to be the guy handling the cash. He wants to make sure nothing goes missing. He wants to go do the shopping, the grocery. Like, you can't do everything.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time before you break down.
But that while you're breaking down, you're losing customers along the way as well, and losing credibility because you're not credible anymore.
No.
Because someone comes to your restaurant today, the food is good. Next day, the food is not good. The service is good today. The service is not good because you're not in a good mood. It's just waves.
Exactly.
And then if somebody keep catching you at the low point of every stage, like 3 times, that's done.
Yeah.
They're not coming back.
Well, in life, there's something what they call balancing emotions.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people who they wake up in the morning, they're having a bad day.
Yeah.
But they go out, they give their best.
That's professionals.
So that's what a lot of times we lack, whereby as African, you know, back then I used to believe a lot whereby a lot of people will tell you, it's because we're Africans, that's why we're not succeeding. These white people, whatever, they don't like our race. But I've come to realize it's not that.
Bro, I've been working in the corporate world for 15 years.
Yeah. What I've realized is that a lot of times it's us who damage our own brands.
That's exactly my point,
You
man.
know.
You got to blow your trumpet high because
Yeah.
you know it.
You know, and if we were to take what we're doing more seriously, more passionately, you know, it'll make a difference, you know.
But that's the vision I had for this place. When I spoke to Ray, shout out Ray behind the camera, when I spoke to him, I said, okay, this is what I want to do. And he said, we can do it. This could work. But along the way, Ray has his own thing that he wants to do as well. And I've given him the green light. You don't need to tell me what you want to do. But this space is for everybody in the community to be able to create a platform where they can reach out to different community, different people. But if you think about it, right, people like what you were saying before, if somebody wants to be everything, I'll be all up in Ray's business. Oh, you should do this that way. You should do it that way. The thing I've realized over the years of working in the corporate environment is that you give the guy the freedom to do what he's supposed to do.
Of course.
He becomes great at it.
Yeah.
Because he has a freedom of creativity. He's not locked in a box. He's not locked within a range of this is what I have to do to succeed. Right? So me and Ray, we have this. I'm like, you do your thing. I'm focused on this. I can't do everything. But at the same time, I want to know what's happening in the other space so we can, whatever guidance needs to be, we can, okay, this got to be done that way.
Yep.
But at the same time, you have the freedom to do what you want to do. The same thing you said with your cooking, right? You go, okay, this is the vision, this is the taste that I want. Let's go create it. Here you go. Create the taste.
Yeah.
You get the food, you taste, okay, it's not where it needs to be. It gets done again. But they have the creativity to do everything else to achieve that result, right? Which is growth and consistency, which you've been able to perfect over the years. So now I want you to tell me about Frank, not as a junction, like the Frank itself, the person, Frank. So now you do MC, you're very involved in the community, you help out a lot of young up-and-coming kids, you talk to everybody. Yeah. You are like the guy who speaks to 2-year-olds to 100-year-olds.
Of course.
You are very open at it. So talk to me about this Frank outside of business.
I'm a
People
joker.
need to know you, man.
I'm a joker, man. And I could relate, like you said, man, I could relate with kids all the way to adults, you know. And I've seen life on every level, man. So I don't take anything personally, you know.
That's the way it should
like
be.
I've been at my highest, I've been at my lowest, you know. But one thing you will never know about me is when I'm at my lowest. You will never find out.
It's nobody's business.
Yeah, as in, because my way of relating with people does not change.
You have control
You know,
of your emotions. You put out.
it doesn't matter how pissed off I am or how anxious I am or angry I am, you'll never find out. If I was having a bad day, no one will tell.
Yeah.
You know, because I always go out there and try my best to leave a smile on people's face.
Yeah.
Because your first encounter with someone could be your last encounter.
Nah, definitely, man. The world.
So you don't want to leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I always tell people, you know. Like 2024 was a really challenging year for me, you know.
Yeah.
Very, very challenging year. But only people who close to me, you know, would tell that, oh yeah, he went through all of this and all that. But like I said, in terms of me being as a person, I've just realized, man, just be nice, man.
It goes a long way,
Just
man.
be nice to everyone, bro.
Because you don't know what people are going through as well.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you pull up on somebody, you say hello to them, they might be having a worse day than you.
Like yesterday, there's someone is a very close friend of mine, man. We haven't seen eye to eye in months, you know.
Yeah.
Then we bumped into each other yesterday, and the person was telling me that I'm really disappointed at you. At my lowest point, you turned your back on me, and I was also telling the person I'm also disappointed at you. I was going through this, that, and then you turned your back. Then I realized that the same
Reason why you're apart is the same reason. You have the same, exactly
the same time frame. We're both going through a lot.
Yeah.
Even though there were different situations,
different
scenarios, you know. But both went through really tough challenges within that same period of time. And then I told the person, I said, look, to be honest, I'm really sorry. You know, even though I was going through mine, but maybe I should have reached out, you know. And I didn't know you were going through this too, you know. So it's always good to be nice to people, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, because he saw you and he saw you as a friend, he's expecting you to deliver for him.
Of
and
course.
You didn't. But then you two, you're like, okay, you didn't deliver, but you became a bigger man and said, you know what, squash that.
Of course,
Let's move past it. I'm sorry. This is it. But not many people can do that.
Not many, man. And that's where we all grudges and we all, because, man, life is fragile, man, you know.
Right. Like you said, the thing is the quality of the conversation that you would have is better. It's good for your soul.
Absolutely.
But if you're talking to somebody on the surface and you hold all this grudge underneath, man, you're killing yourself.
Yeah, you do, man. You're going to hurt yourself, bro.
That a lot of people out there will go and say, okay, this person, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. This person did this to me. This person did that.
It's pride, you know. It's pride. And,
what do you get from that?
Being a businessman, you know, look, I'll give you an example. There are people within our community who's never patronized my business. Never.
Yeah.
And there's never been a day that I wouldn't talk to them.
Yeah.
I still see them on the road. I've kept my energy at the same level with them.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll tell them that, oh, in my mind, I'm not going to talk to this person because they've never come to buy food from me.
Yeah.
No. If I was to do that, then I'm stripping them off their rights to freedom.
Choice. Yeah.
Of choice.
Yeah. Because you said that early.
Yeah. So whenever I see them, I still have that good relation. And they are the ones that'll be like, oh, bro, man, I still haven't come to buy food from you. You know, I'm going to come.
The guilt.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, you don't have to, man.
Yeah.
Before business, we were cool.
Yeah, that's exactly the
After
point.
business, we're still going to be cool.
That's right.
You know, like I always tell people, like, you are one of the few people that it doesn't matter where I go to do my business, you will come to find me.
If I need you, I'll pull up on you.
You know, you will come to find me. So I don't have to hold grudges and go, oh, this person has not patronized me, or this person is going to patronize my competitor. As a matter of fact, I love the competition in Sydney.
It makes you better.
Yeah. You know, and then the thing about me, Biggie, is that I'm very slick with watching people.
You heard him, man. Man, he's slick, man.
Yeah. I'm very slick with watching people.
But it's not really slick, Frank, because don't say it because it's slick. When you say slick, it comes off bad, but you observe people.
Yeah, well, with business, you got to be slick, bro.
Yeah.
You got to watch what your competitor is doing wrong and you perfect it. Like 2025, bro. You know, I'll tell you something, yeah? Since we took a break since December, Jollof Junction has been off the radar.
Yeah.
From 2024 December, we've been off the radar, you know. And the community, a lot of chit-chatting already. People are going, oh, he's done. He's, you know, he's off the grid and all that. But I like that. You know why? Because I'm just watching.
You're perfecting your craft.
Not just that, I've been watching. I've been watching every single competitor.
Yeah.
What have they been doing that they shouldn't have been doing?
What's working, what's not?
What's not working for them? You know? And I've been watching them.
But that's how the name came about anyway.
Exactly. So come next month, March, it's game day.
So we playing again.
Oh, we're playing again. And this time it's finals, brother.
So it's just the finals, right?
We're heading straight to the finals.
So once you get there, this is it. I'm
This
at the
is
top.
it.
You gotta catch me if you can.
And by next month, we're going back on top, bro.
And that's the way it should be. Because but that's the thing, though. Because you took a step back. Because you gotta see
You
everything.
have to. Because the only businesses you don't take a step back are big, large-scale
a huge
businesses.
business, yeah.
But when you're talking about small-scale businesses, sometimes you keep going. You got to take a pause. Okay, are we all going to the same direction? Yeah? I don't want that. I want to go to a different direction.
Because everybody heading to the one place, then you're attracting the same people.
Then you're attracting the same people. And that's what we're all doing in Sydney.
Yeah.
Every single African restaurant here, we're all doing the same thing.
Some are doing worse anyway.
Sorry?
Some are doing worse.
Well, look at everyone's menu. Everyone's menu. I'm the only restaurant that does not do acheke.
Yeah.
And that's by choice.
Why is that, if you want to break it down for the people, man?
Because there are already 3 or 4 Africans, 3 or 4 Sierra Leonean businesses doing it in Sydney.
But that's a very good point.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it.
But it's one of the most popular food that we have.
I know. But then there's something that I'm bringing in 2025 that will make me to be unique.
So you look for the unique selling point.
Absolutely.
Rather than follow the crowd.
Rather than follow the crowd. So why, let's say, if I'm located, let's say my food truck is at Blacktown today.
Yeah.
And someone's coming from Parramatta.
Yeah.
And you want to eat something at Cheke. Are you going to come see me at Blacktown?
Nah, man, that's too far, man. That's
Exactly.
somebody else next to me that's going to offer me that.
You have maybe 2 or 3 choices close to you already.
Yeah.
So I want to bring something in 2025
They'll go find you anywhere you are.
that you will make that will make you drive all the way to Blacktown to come see me.
That's a good point, man. That's a good one.
And that's why. So that's why I told like my business partner. I said, "Hey Sonia, let's take a pause. Let's see where the whole crowd is going. Okay, everyone's doing the same thing. We're gonna go different.
But we have the same crowd, the same community. So
Yeah.
you're gonna attract the same people.
Yeah,
Let's go back to the whole support. Sierra Leoneans, by population, we have a very huge crowd. But when it comes to support of Sierra Leone, or let's be specific, there's a lot of African-owned business. But when it comes to Sierra Leone-owned businesses, I know there are a few out there who have been doing it for a very long time at a very high level.
Yeah.
But the one thing I've realized over the years myself as a consumer is that some of these businesses, they go down in quality.
yeah.
Why do you think that's the case?
They were doing it for the wrong reasons. Simple as that. Let's say I see you guys doing a podcast now,
Yeah.
and there's this new thing about everyone thinks people make money off YouTube, people make money off TikTok.
It's not the money, man.
Yeah.
The money's not the driver.
So next minute, in my head, I'm gonna think like, okay, forget the food. I'm an MC. I can talk. I don't need. You guys have all the fancy gadgets. I don't need that. Yeah.
You're just talking.
I'll just go to Amazon or wherever it is. I get 2 cameras. Yeah. I get 2 cameras. I don't need to know about editing, yeah? I just get CapCut or whatever.
Put it together.
I get CapCut or some stupid app that is going to help me edit, you know, because that's what we feel, yeah?
I know.
We think it's an easy job, you know? Because nowadays you got CapCut who cuts your video here, cuts it there. And everyone goes, oh, yeah, I'm in my head. Look at how many.
I'm an influencer.
Yeah, I'm an influencer. I've got reels, you know. I can do, apart from CapCut, there's another one.
Like Adobe, all the software program to edit.
So we do
There's
all,
heaps of it.
yeah.
now.
So I'm now going to go, you know what? Yeah, I got to do my own stuff now. Okay, you know what? These guys have got a studio. I don't need a studio. I live in a 2-bedroom house. There's 1 bedroom that's empty. Let me get all my stuff out of it. You know what? They've done this cabinets here. I will do mine as white. These are we copy, yeah? We copy
I know.
it's copy and paste, but just different colors, yeah?
Nah, some people copy, they don't paste properly.
Yeah, they don't do it properly, yeah? So now I get a group of disgruntled Africans, yeah? without topics, just to come to the show and start talking.
Like no structure.
No structure
no
in place,
focus.
no focus. Like you guys, you have a structure whereby it's more about youth, business, culture.
Promoting the culture.
Yeah. They don't have all of this, Next minute, I'm gonna get a podcast show whereby it's gonna be about women who their husbands have left them. Yeah? And then, do you know how many disgruntled people are here in this city? Bro.
I want to be on
that show. But then guess what's going to happen?
in 6
See how
weeks.
you've got one, you're the host, you've got one guest?
Yeah.
They're going to have like 2-3 guests. Before you know it, there's going to be a 5. Or there's not going to be consistency with it.
Yeah.
One day they come, they do it, they check their views on YouTube, no one watched the video, they get discouraged.
Yeah.
Or they're running after money. So if
The money is not coming in and everything is collapsed.
if your viewers are expecting a podcast every 2 weeks or every week, and you can't keep up with that, people are going to lose interest.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe you're about to do a podcast, then your agency calls you for overtime.
Overtime money, eh?
Overtime money, you're going to leave that podcast, bro.
Yeah, it's the passion.
So this is just an example of why a lot of African businesses
fall back.
they fall back, because it was not done because of the right reason.
Yeah.
It was done because I felt like, Biggs or Ray, they've done it, I can also do it.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, but that's not how
Bro,
it should be.
I tell people a lot of time, bro, it's just like with me. Sometimes when I'm emceeing on stage, I would tell the DJ, whoever the DJ is, that, bro, can you play this song? I feel the crowd will go crazy with this song.
Because you can feel the energy.
I can feel it, but that does not mean I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
If you were to employ me as a DJ for your wedding, bro, your wedding is
It's
gone.
cooked. It's cooked.
No,
You're going to cook it.
Yeah, it's going to be destroyed. Because I'm not a DJ.
Yeah, you can pick a spot.
Yeah.
But you can't do it on a consistent level.
Even there was a time with DJs in...
There was so many DJs out
Yeah,
there.
even with our community. Bro, there was a time we had like 7 or 8 Sierra Leonean DJs in this one city. How many parties do we have, brother? How many?
I know.
You know?
Yeah, so basically what the point you really trying to emphasize is that you have to perfect your craft and you have to do it for the right reason. Because,
and find what you're good at.
Yeah.
Find what makes you unique.
Yeah.
Don't just go and do copy and paste.
Because you don't have originality. You don't have creativity. Your mind doesn't go through that, that process.
Once you start doing things like that, bro, you might be able to push it for a couple of months.
Yeah,
but afterwards, you're not going to be...
It's not your passion.
It's not your passion.
Because I've got few people call me, I want to do this, yeah? And then I'm setting up a studio because I've been trying to set this up for almost 4 or 5 years. I've been posting shit, but I always want to make sure for it to be very, very high standard.
Yeah.
And we're still learning. Myself, we're learning new things every day, but the one thing that keeps us going is the passion.
Absolutely.
It's a love for it. Like sometimes I post a video, I'm like, it's not really mine. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go back and do the next one.
Yeah.
But like, it's very, very interesting because a lot of people don't really know the ins and outs, what goes in behind the process to produce what they see. They just see something, oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
So that's why your Jollof is probably one of the, let's say, the best in Sydney because you're doing it as a passion. You're not drive. The drive is not to chase money.
And I'm not desperate about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people who are just chasing customer base.
Or glory and...
they're the ones fighting for it. Yeah. I don't have to fight for it.
Naturally.
And like I said, I told my business partner, I said, look, since 2024, we were talking and I said, it's going to take me 2 years
to perfect it.
To perfect this thing that we're doing.
And now you're right there.
It's
coming next month, people.
We've done 1 year already. So even this 2025, it's still a learning process.
Why are you taking steps?
But me taking a pause since December, man, has been an eye-opener.
So you're learning more.
Oh, yeah. I've learned a lot.
Being out there doing it.
Yeah. And I've seen where they're making them. Everyone's doing the same thing. I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but everyone is just going by. It's like, I'll give an example. One of the reasons I don't dance to Amapiano because I feel it's the same.
Don't want to talk about piano, man.
I just feel it's the same.
All right.
So I would dance like back then before Amapiano, like maybe the southern part of Africa, they had the unique
The unique kind of music.
music that they had. That was like when you had the likes of the Brenda Fassies and Co. You know,
Yeah.
I like those kind of
The
music.
hip hop, Nasty C's hip hop
Yeah.
joint was
Nasi and
different.
all these boys, I like their type of music. You know, and
AKAs and
yeah, same with Afrobeats. You know,
Yeah.
Afrobeats nowadays, it's not. There's not much meaning to it. Not many songs have meanings to it.
But that's it's. I mean,
It's
we're talking
just
business,
a good instrument that's sitting there.
and it's a wave right now.
Yeah,
so
and it's a
of
wave.
a lot of these artists are not really good at what they
Yeah.
do, but the beats, because people are vibing to the beats.
Yeah.
It's going places. But there are a few really good lyricists in there that are doing good music.
Of course.
Wizkid is one of my, like, I call him the GOAT of African music
Yeah.
in general. This kid has been doing music from what, since he was 16, 17, and he's
Yep.
still relevant.
Yeah.
And he's doing it at a very high level, very consistent. In Africa, everybody loves Wizkid. Overseas, people don't really like him that much that way. But when you go to Africa, this man is like a king.
But that's where you got to be able to sit down and find what your calling is.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone is meant to
Do
venture into the business world.
Nah, but that's not for everyone, man.
It's not for everyone. Because some days, man, bro, I've been to events whereby I've lost money.
But you keep coming back.
So, like, everyone sees the bright side of business. You know, they think, oh, he's moving up and down. He goes on holidays. He's driving this car.
Business is booming.
They think business is booming. You don't know, bro.
It's a lot of work.
But I've been to events when I started, man. Initially, when I started, I was lost, bro. I did not know what to do. I showed up to events, didn't know how to market it, you know. Then I started learning. What I would do is every event that I went to, the guy that had the longest queue, I would go and make him my friend.
Yeah.
I'll be his friend. I'll start talking with him.
You gotta be students of the
Yeah,
game.
and you know me, I can initiate conversation like that.
Yeah.
So I would start talking to this guy, and then next minute I'm watching what he's doing. Like, how did you do this, bro? How do you? Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay, go back home. We're doing it this way.
Next time, I'm gonna add some new element to what I'm doing.
Exactly. Like there was an event I used to go to. I still go to that event, and I realized that they will tell us to get there by 4.
Yeah.
And then I'll get there by 4, but then I will not make money. So there was a guy who I saw, the guy had the longest queue. Bro, this guy would be killing it, you know. Then I asked him, I go, bro, how are you doing this? He goes, they tell us to be here at 4. I'm usually here by 12. I'm like, why? He goes, I come in and I see where the entrance is.
I picked that spot.
And I position myself right next to the entrance.
Necessity, the first thing you see.
So
probably.
when you coming in, you're meeting me first.
And if you don't have enough time,
Yeah,
that's where you're getting.
exactly. So I was like, oh, cool. So next event, I was there at 12 with him.
He saw you.
He saw me, you know, and I said, I'll let you have that spot.
Because
It's your spot.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the spot right next to you,
yeah.
you know. So that was when I started understanding.
If you didn't ask, you would never know.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just, all you got to do, ask the guy that's doing it better than you.
But this is the thing in our community, right?
Yeah.
People are scared of asking people that are in that area of work.
Mm.
People are scared to, say, for example, I've started this now. I got shout out to Eric. He's going to come on as well. He's starting the same thing.
Yeah.
But what people don't know is me and this man would talk a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying I'm doing this, and then he said I'm doing this. I'm like, we working together, we structuring each other. I don't see him as a competition.
Yeah.
I see him as a friend that we're trying to do the same thing.
There you go.
So we talk, but there are other people in the community that want to do the same thing, but they say, oh, I'll talk to you, but they'll never reach out. So like what you said is very important. If we ask the questions to the right people, we get the right answers.
Yeah.
If we ask the wrong person, that want to impress you, they're gonna give you the wrong answers.
Yeah.
And that's when your mistakes is just gonna compound because you got the wrong idea in the first place, and
Yeah.
then someone is adding on top of it.
Yeah.
And you make the mistake goes from that to that big, which what eats people up, and by the time they know, it probably already too late.
Of course. Yeah.
So like you go out there, you learn, you ask the questions, you ask the right people that are performing better than you. You don't see them as a competition. You're not scared of asking the question.
Yeah.
So now let's come back into Sierra Leone community as well, right?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of different businesses, but the only businesses that I know that collaborate is yourself and the guys that you're with, and then also you do Sahara Juice.
Yeah.
So why don't we have a lot of collaborations between businesses that crosses over?
It's all about mindset.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, before there was Jollof Junction, before there was Sky Lounge, before there was Sahara Juice, we were all like brothers.
Yeah.
So, you know, we all grew up here.
Yeah.
So both myself, you, Prez,
Cobes, Gib,
Coco,
yeah,
Jeebs, and even CJ, Christian.
Yeah.
You know, so basically all of us, we've spent so much time together before there was money, you know, involved. And I used to tell people, like, we've come so far from the days of thinking the best drink that was available was Passion Pop, which you used to like so much.
Well, don't put me on camera.
Passion Pop, which was $4.99. To
You know, you
him,
still remember the price.
to him now drinking Hennessy VSOP. So I've seen every level. I've seen you at every level, Biggs. You know, from Passion
We're gonna
Pop.
cut this out, man.
You know, and
But that's real, though.
we took off from, like, if I'm just stating facts,
going through the
which
ladder.
is from Passion Pop to Jim Beam,
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels, Black Label.
Whenever I used to buy bottles, though, just glasses.
Yeah.
Now we do it in bottles.
You know, but now we're doing it in bottles. You know,
Crazy, man. Crazy.
so we've all gone through those phases.
Yeah.
Whereby we've eaten from the same
Same bowl, yeah.
You know, myself, you, Jeebs, Coco, CJ, and
Prez.
Sahara Juice.
Yeah.
So when everyone came with that concept of let's do our business, it was easy for us to navigate among each other.
Yeah.
You know,
Because you have that camaraderie from the start.
And like I said, Prez will still come to Jollof Junction and feels at home.
Yeah.
You know, I've had events whereby I've told Prez, bring Sahara Juice, come sell it there.
Yeah.
The boys at Sky Lounge will be like, hey, we're having an event today. Cater food for us. Let's have food.
Yeah.
Jollof Junction will be in the house.
Yeah.
You know, same whereby go to Prez's function and be like, hey, I need food.
Yeah.
So it's easy for us to, once you've grown with people of the same mindset, it's very easy for you guys to complete and complement each other.
Yeah.
But someone you've not had such growth with,
interaction
with,
just business at heart.
when they see you, you might be a competitor to them. I'll give you an example. A funny thing that happened, man. Years ago, when Ray just relocated from the UK, you know, Ray was a badass soccer player, man. I used to be so. He came with a 6-pack and all that. Bro, you know, the guy had 6-pack and all that.
On his back as well?
Bro, everything, man. I saw this guy one day, man, at Granville, man. He was training, doing sit-ups, man. And I said, you know what? I want to have 6-pack like this, bro. I almost killed myself, man. I almost died, bro. I did it for 3 days, bro. I was so much in pain.
Yeah.
So
it's not your thing.
What's not for you, don't do it.
Yeah. Just because it looks easy, it's not easy.
Yeah, exactly. You know, a lot of times people think the guys at Sky Lounge, they have their own Jollof Junction. Yeah. People think Jollof Junction owns Sky Lounge.
Yeah, but that's how it should be.
And we don't need explanation.
That's how it should be.
You know,
that's called
everyone
good
just
partnership.
moves on.
That's good partnership.
Yeah, we do our thing and all that, you know. And I could still have an event today and go, bro, I'm going to come host it at Sky Lounge. I'll still be welcome there.
Yeah.
I could still call Press today and say, hey, buddy, I want to do this, you know.
Yeah.
We all do that.
Yeah.
But what makes us not work together as Sierra Leoneans is we don't want to learn from each other.
Yeah, for sure.
People would rather prefer a lot of times why people tell you that, oh, I want to do this thing that you're doing, but they never get back to you, is because pride. They might have discussed it with another person, goes, why do you have to go learn it from those guys? So they'll now go watch all these other big podcasts, maybe in Nigeria and Ghana, and say, we'll do it like they're doing it, we'll do it that way. But what they forget is that they all started from somewhere.
Yeah. Seen the finished article. You don't see the struggles.
Yeah. Like, I've never been to a space like this in Australia.
Yeah, no, that's what we're trying to do, man.
Never.
Yeah.
Even in...
And the reason why, just to add to what you're saying, Frank, the reason why I don't want to have it in someone's home and in a house is that I want people to be free to express themselves.
Yeah.
Because if I put you in my house, you have some restrictions, you know what I mean? But we out here in nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not your house, it's not my house. We're just here to do something.
That's it.
And we get it done, we vibe, and then everybody go to separate
Yeah.
ways. Yeah. So that's the thing. But people are scared of asking people, man. Like, this is what I keep saying to everybody out there. If you think you want to do something, just ask.
Yeah.
And if you ask, the thing you're going to do is you're not going to make the same mistake that you made. So that saves you a few $1,000s along the way.
There you go.
Like, I speak to, like, Eric. I'm like, dude, this is this. It's going good.
Yeah.
But people spend more money thinking they can get what you have, but not knowing how you get to where you are.
Of course.
You made some mistakes that they shouldn't be making.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, to stick these things up, we stick them up with Kimmy, they all fell down.
Yeah.
If somebody else is doing the same thing, I'm not going to let them make that same mistake. I'm going to tell them from scratch. So you're going to have a finished product than I had. So now let's go back to the junction. So you pretty much saying you're going to go on, you're going to bring the food to people's door.
Yeah.
You're going to try and get back on the road.
Yeah.
You're going to create a secret recipe that's going to make people go wherever you go.
City's going to be on fire, man. Trust me.
You're going to light the city with food, man.
Yeah, it's going to go crazy.
Everybody should start fasting now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Clean up that space.
Yeah.
So what's the outlook for Jollof Junction from now to, say, the future? What's the future? What's the future roadmap?
Future is rebranding.
Okay.
Yeah. With every business, it doesn't matter if a business is going well. Okay? Like, I'll give you, for example, why do you think sometimes you go into KFC or Hungry Jack's and you see they're renovating, they're changing the interiors?
Yeah, a new recipe and the food or something
so
like that. Something new.
They do all those things because they've realized that customers are tired of this. Yeah. Or you might see something on the menu that never makes it back. Yeah. The reason is because maybe that food was not doing too well. Yeah. Or sometimes, even if it's doing very well, they still take it back, so you crave for it.
Become more,
So when they release it again,
it's gonna be more people.
It's gonna be more people.
Yeah.
It's all business strategy.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what we're working on right now.
Yeah.
How are we gonna make Jollof Junction bigger in 2025?
Yeah.
Do we still maintain the same concept of waiting for customers to come buy one meal a day, or do we take it to the outdoors?
Take it where people are.
Where people are.
Or because when you go to an event, there are already people there.
Yeah. Do we have to take it to people and then they just see a meal that has been cooked? Or do we have to take the food there and people watch us cook it?
Yeah.
So these are all ideas that is being thrown around. Like there's a steakhouse at, I think, Leichhardt or something. When you go there, you choose your own meat and all that. You cook it yourself. Yeah. So that was a different concept. Yeah. Rather than going to a steakhouse that they've cooked everything and you just order it. Yeah. So every business, you've got to be able to put that little bit of twist onto it that will make people say, this is why they stand out. Yeah. Like, if you remember maybe about 15 or 20 years ago, what made Hungry Jack's stood out was because they brought those things whereby
the coupons and
not even just that, the refill, the free.
the refill on the drinks.
The drinks, yeah.
everybody had a cup.
Yeah, but then once Africans
figured
that shit out, bro, we almost made Hungry Jack's go broke.
Everybody had a cup. See, people pull up from school with a backpack.
People will use the same cup from 3 days ago and just walk in there.
Oh man!
Or just buy $2.
Especially the Hungry Jacks in Parramatta.
Parramatta and Woodville.
Those two.
Yeah. Or we'll just buy a $2 fries.
Just a fries.
Just a fries. And you see
get the
people
cup.
just sitting in there.
You want to make it a meal? People will pick all different drinks.
Put all
This is not
different
nice.
drinks.
Pour it all out and start again.
That's it. So that was what made them famous.
Yeah. It's
But
like
then
a
I think
drawing
they
card.
did it for a while, and then they realized that we've attracted the customer base we wanted to, and they got it out.
Yeah.
Some of them even were giving McDonald's at one point in time. They were doing free Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, you buy a meal, you get a free Sunday.
Yeah.
And that kicked off well in summertime.
Yeah, it's a
They
summer
brought
gig.
it out in summertime, you know. And there was a time, I think, for the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, they brought all the glasses.
Yeah, the
whereby
FIFA Cup, yeah, the
everyone wanted to
limited
buy,
edition.
the limited, those glasses, Coca-Cola and all that.
That's it. Was it five in the series? It was a
Something like
series,
that, yeah. I think it was the South African World Cup or...
Yeah, South African World Cup. So they have like five series of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to ask for different cups to get the full set.
So basically, that's what we're looking at doing this year.
I'm really happy, man.
Finding that uniqueness
I didn't know you think like that, man.
whereby we're going to bring. And also, one of the things we're going to bring out in 2025, which no African restaurant has ever done in Sydney. And if I see that out before we do it, just getting
redo
the
it again.
records here, I know you copied me. So I'm saying it right
Set it
now.
straight. Set the record
Set
straight.
the record straight. If any African restaurant does that in Sydney,
They got it from you.
I know you got it from this show
Yeah.
because no one ever done it. So we're going to bring loyalty cards.
Wow. That's huge, man.
So this 2025 Jollof Junction is going to bring loyalty cards,
Yeah.
whereby you buy 9 meals and your 10th meal will be free.
Any kind of meal.
Any kind of meal, bro.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So every meal you buy, will punch out your card for you.
Yeah.
And when it gets to your 10th meal, you got a free meal.
Got a free meal, which
You
is
know.
which is a good way to actually attract people, but then also just give back to the people that are
Giving
coming
back
already.
to your community.
And that actually tells you as well, people have been here
Yeah.
9 times.
Exactly. And that tells me you have a relationship with me.
Yeah.
Because if you buy food from me once, I might not know your name.
Yeah.
You buy it from me 3 times, I might still not know your name.
Yeah.
But by the time it gets to the 9th time,
Yeah.
when you're coming in, I'm not going to refer to you, hey, customer.
Yeah.
I'll call you by your name. Hey, John. Hey, Sarah. Because once you know someone by their name, it means you have a relationship.
Becomes
with them.
personal.
So Jollof Junction is not about business, just business, transactional experience.
Nah.
It's all about relationship.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things we're looking into 2025 that we're going to try and bring.
All right. Now let's talk. Where can people find you on all your socials?
So it's we're on Instagram and Facebook, Jollof Junction AU. You Google us, go on any of the pages, search for us, you find us there. You know,
All
and that's where we put up our events and where we're gonna be at every given time. You know, like on the already, I think 5th of April, we're gonna be in Canberra, and also we've got an event 25th of April also in Sydney. Yeah.
So basically, what I would do, because you're my guy, and every time you have an event, the flyer just sending across.
Yeah.
And what you also see on the Afro Aussie page as well, if you want to check out Jollof Junction. So anytime you get the flyer, just send it through.
Absolutely,
I'll
man.
put it on the page. So we want to promote each other. 'Cause
Absolutely,
At the end of the
absolutely.
day, if we don't respect and promote what we have, nobody's going to respect it.
Absolutely.
But if we don't collaborate and work together, why would somebody else work with us?
Exactly.
Because the first question they're going to ask you, who you working with?
Yep, there you go.
And so you gotta create a trust. People can trust you.
Yeah.
If I say I'm working with Frank, I'm working with Ray, I'm working with Price, people are gonna be okay. This guy is trustworthy.
Yeah.
Because you have many people out working with
Yeah.
you. Because sometimes people get scared. Like, who you with? They're like, oh, I'm just doing it by myself.
Yep.
Why is it nobody wants to do it with you?
Exactly.
That's a red flag.
Yeah.
So you being able to work with boys from Sky Lounge, Sahara Juice, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other places, all these events.
Yep.
You getting to know about it, you being able to put a truck there. But the thing that you've been able to do consistently, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really know you think that far ahead in terms of being unique
Oh yeah.
and creating a unique proposition about what your business should be. But then also just saying it here today is that you're creating a home away from home.
Yeah, that's it.
Because somebody comes to your restaurant, you know their name, they might talk
Yeah.
to you about what they did on the weekend, things like that. So
Yeah.
you're creating that whole family.
Yeah.
So you see them on the street, you can talk to them. It's
Yeah.
not just a business, not just a transaction.
Yeah.
But then also there's a human side of it as well.
Yeah.
They're trying to implement into that food.
Yeah.
Big up to you, man.
And that's why with us, it's not called an African restaurant.
Yeah.
It's strictly called Jollof Junction.
Yeah.
And long-term plan is the only time I'll call myself an African restaurant is when I'm able to represent one meal from each region.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I didn't really think of it that way.
So, a lot of people who go, I'm an African restaurant. You don't have meal for people from southern part of Africa.
Forget about southern part. Let's go.
You don't have people from
North Africa.
Eastern or Northern or from Kenya or from Zimbabwe. Because now, let's say, even now, if I want to say I want to cater for people from the South, I just need to get salsa or
you get ugali for the Kenyans.
Yeah, and
there are a few. You can just go online, research, and then get the main
get
food from
one
all
meal
these different regions.
that people from
Yeah.
South Africa, Botswana,
Namibia.
they have in common.
Yeah.
You have that one food on your menu.
Yeah.
So what happens is that once you can do that,
Then
and you have one meal for every region,
and you can represent.
then you can say, I am actually an African restaurant.
I never think of it that way, man.
Until you do that, you're just West African cuisine.
Yeah, not even West. You're not covering all the West.
Yeah,
you're
just
covering like maybe 2 or 3 countries.
You're covering maybe 2 or 3 countries.
Because if you think about it, like it's easy to cover Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, but that's about the francophone countries. We don't even know what they're like.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't eat cassava leaves in Senegal or Mali. You know, they don't eat potato leaves there.
Nah,
they don't eat egusi there.
They don't know what it is.
So if you're just comfortable doing those ones, then you're not an African restaurant.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you know. You're part of an African restaurant. You're maybe an West African kitchen. Yeah. But
you haven't earned the right.
Yeah. That's why we don't just go and say we're an African restaurant.
Yeah.
No.
It's actually very powerful message because you want to be able to represent the continent to be classified as the continent.
Don't get me wrong, we provide meals from Africa, from some countries in Africa, but we will not sit back and say we are 100% an African restaurant.
Not even 100%. Think about it this way, yeah? You have the northern part of Africa, which probably I don't really see how we're going to replicate food from that region.
Yeah.
You have the southern part of Africa, which most restaurants don't do. You have the eastern part of Africa, which a little bit really people just cater to Kenyans. That's about it.
Yeah.
And the majority is just in that little pocket.
Exactly.
Which is that dead western part of Africa. So really you call yourself West African restaurant if you want. Or not African. So you got 3 more regions that's not been covered.
Yeah.
So before we end this segment here today, Frankie Fresh.
Yeah.
The outlook for the business is really great. I'm really happy that you came on board.
Thank you.
And I'm really want to see you grow, man.
Of course.
I'm going to keep you accountable to everything you said on camera.
100%,
That's the way we're going to keep pushing you.
100%,
And I want you to keep me accountable as well for what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
We're still learning, but the beautiful thing is we all have something now that we call ours.
There you go.
Outside of 9 to 5, we have something that's ours. So the legacy of us will remain. 20, 30 years' time, your children are going to watch this show.
That's it.
And say, my father was a visionary.
Of course.
My father was able to do something. Because this is Prez's biggest concept is like, bro, we can make the videos, we put it online. We can tell our stories.
Brick by brick, man.
Because nobody knows this deep into what goes behind the Jollof Junction.
Oh, yeah, no.
But this video can be watched by your son 20, 30, 40 years' time and say, that's my father. And he can be proud of you.
Yeah.
Which is a legacy we need to leave for the next generation to be able to have a platform to say, okay, my father was really passionate about this. This is something I can do.
Brick by brick, man.
But from us coming back from Africa or Sierra Leone to be specific, is that there is nothing visual that we can see there. It's what the next door neighbor tells you or what the guy that knows your father tells you. Is he telling you the truth or is he just telling you something to make you like him?
Yeah.
Because you've been back to Freetown, right?
That's it.
People come to you like, Frank, I know your uncle, I know your auntie. They talk about your family, but like, I don't believe that's true.
Yeah.
So like, I'm glad you came. I'm going to keep you accountable. I want you to do the same thing for me.
Thank you, my man.
Any final message for the people watching so they can learn or just anything you want to say to the people?
Let's support the culture, man. You know, it doesn't have to be me, but let's support African businesses.
Let's keep it within the community.
Let's support Sierra Leonean businesses, you know what I mean? I can't feed everyone in the city, you know. It's not possible. You know, for now, it's not possible. So instead of you just saying, I'll stay home and make my meal, if you can take your family out, support them. Yeah. So let's support our Sierra Leonean businesses, African business. Let's show love, man, because that's the way we're going to grow as a unit.
Because everybody sees us as one.
Yeah.
This is what I tell everybody the same thing. I'm like, okay, you can say from this part of Africa, good luck to you,
Yep.
But when somebody else sees us, you know what they're gonna call us? The same thing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So if we don't keep it together and support each other, no one's gonna come in and help us.
That's
man.
it, man.
But that's a very powerful message, man. Thank you very much. I'm gonna enjoy my jollof.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna take this
man.
off camera because the way I'm gonna eat this thing, I'm not even gonna use the spoons, man. I'm gonna use my hands.
Thank you so much, my man. Thank you.